In some points in the video I will totally disagree with the official judge decisions, so watch the whole thing to understand why. This is my personal top 8 ranking for the Solo GBB Eliminations 2023. Madox analysis finally back, woo!
Let me analyze that.
Because the spicy things will happen in the lower ranks, we will do it vice versa and start with number 1.
Make some noise for Wings!
Wing for me was the only one who checked all the points I was looking for. A great performance, an outstanding arrangement, and a good amount of complexity while still having an excellent execution. Wow, such a nice word. Excellent execution. Man of culture. I mean, just listen to this technical part that is really flawless and is not forced at all. This is how I love technicality. It has a purpose and it doesn't destroy the arrangement. Many beatboxers on purpose choose some sounds that are really hard to do or some patterns to get some complexity points, but it doesn't really serve the arrangement. The sound choice is bad and yeah, it kind of destroys the whole thing. For me, the opposite happens with Wings round. What I also really love about Wing, he actually takes his time. Bro, you got 4 minutes to perform. You don't have to risk to get out of breath and destroy your whole arrangement. Looking at you, everyone else. No, not everyone, but some. If you can raise the quality of your set by reducing complexity and tempo, just fucking go for it, bro. The judges will thank you for this, the audience will thank you for this, and you also will have a better time on stage. Another fact for me why Wing is on first place is this drop. Sound design of this trumpet, it feels heavy while it is smooth as f. It's just genius, it's mind-blowing. It's such a slow drop, but it works so well. It's so like heavy, bro. Oh. One thing some people might be criticizing is that Wing halfway through stopped his routine and switched to another one, and it's kind of disconnected.
Switch the shit.
I think that's debatable as long as you don't lose the connection to the crowd and lose the energy. It totally can work. And I think Wing actually did a great job by keeping up the energy with the beginning of his second routine. It has so much flow and so much drive without him even using a single snare or kick. It only could get better. And then watch the build-up, especially the beatboxers who dying on stage because they lost too much breath and then they don't have energy left for the drop. He stops here and there without losing tension, and this is a great way to save up energy for the important parts. And I'm not even sure if the purpose of this was just to take a breath, but it works totally for the arrangement, so big ups for this one. And then after this build up, he goes into his second main drop, and bro, the drive of it. I mean, technically it's not super complex, but it serves the arrangement so well and it's so catchy. And also the way he goes into the beat, it's so flawless, bro. This is where you have to differentiate between beatboxers who are just on stage to show off and beatboxers who are there to play music. He doesn't use sounds that are technically hard to do or something, but for the arrangement, it works so well and has so much drive and it's so catchy. So really great job. So all of these points are the reason for me why this performance is a 10 out of 10. Flawless as from the beginning till the end. That's for my number 1. Let's move on to my number 2.
Let me analyze that. Make some noise for River!
Similar to Wing, River checked all the points I'm looking for. Great artistic expression, amazing composition, really high complexity while keeping the execution on a great level. No major mistakes, great timing, everything is on point. Listen to his first drop. I don't even know if you can call it a drop because it's so smooth and soft. It's like falling to a mattress, into like a luxury box spring bed. It's so smooth. I love beatboxing, it's crazy. A small point but often underestimated by beatboxers, the way he interacts with the crowd. Like guys, you're not performing in an empty room. There's a crowd standing in front of you. It's humans with feelings, so connect with them. River said something to the crowd in Japanese, which I totally don't understand, but it means he took his time to research. He knew, okay, I'm performing in Japan. Let's learn a few words in Japanese to connect to the crowd, and that's the most humble thing to do. Great! Next thing you know, all GBB participants will learn Japanese. Also greatly executed in his performance, the arpeggios. Some people might well say
it sounds a little bit too much inspired by Gene.
But to be honest, I don't care. So many people use inward bass, lip roll. No one says anything about it, so let this guy perform his arpeggios. He's great in executing it. It's authentic. It serves the composition, so just do it. What I also love about these melodic arpeggio parts is that a lot of beatboxers are not taking their time on stage to create like a feeling, you know? It's such an intimate moment that River creates right here. Also really great contrast to all the heavy drops that we hear usually on a beatbox battle. It's a different kind of vibe, a different kind of feeling that he creates on such a competitive stage. And at the same time, something like this is really hard to execute because it can get cringy really fast or unauthentic. But for me, River did a great job with this. And as I mentioned already, great side benefit. The quieter parts like this are, the heavier the drops will feel because of the contrast.
So to live, repeat your eyes.
So overall, a really great performance. But for some reason, I was putting in on place number 2, not number 1. Why, Madox? What the f? Yes, it was really close for me. But there's like 2 little things where I was like, okay, it's not 100% perfect, at least for me, but like 98%. For example, the lip roll in his first drop. I'm not sure if he did it on purpose like this, but I feel like if it would be like the second lip roll that he did in this drop, it would fit way better. Just to make sure I'm not bullshitting you right here, let's listen to it with some editing magic. Nice, like it more. Let me know in the comments what you think. So yeah, as I said, small detail, but since this is the GBB, small details like this can cost you the first place sometimes. At least for me, the official judges had him on first place. Debatable. But yeah, because this is the first heavy sound in the set, I think it has to slap, bro. Second thing I disliked in his set is the click that he used for his intro, or the clap. Overall, it's a crazy sound. It's so hard to execute. I can't do it. Like, I can do this one, but this one is like stretched and like crazy sound. But for me, it doesn't really serve the arrangement. The singing part is so beautiful, you know, it's so soft and such a nice expression. But then it's like, I mean, let's imagine he would actually just do like a soft click. It's less complex, but it sounds better, no? I think so. Let me know in the comments. Yeah, so as I said, just 2 minor things that I think made his performance less flawless. So that's why Wing is on first, but Rivers still second place for me. Quick disclaimer though, I didn't see the eliminations live. I just saw it in the videos that were provided by Swiss Beatbox. Shout out to them. All the video links down in the description. So because my ranking is purely based on the video, I wasn't able to hear drastic power differences that you would usually be able to hear when you hear the live performance. And also the crowd interaction is a bit harder to read in the video. Also the official judges were only able to watch it once live, while I could watch the videos multiple times. So please keep this in mind when you see my ranking. Let's move on to the third place.
Let me analyze that. Give it up for the Abo!
The liprolls. By the way, real men of culture will know that this is actually inspired by a routine of Rahzel.
I am Iron Man.
So after knowing this, some people will say, yo bro, that's some forbidden shit, he stole the routine. But I think it's absolutely legit, he did it in his own style, it's heavy as f***, and maybe that's also debatable, but for me, this is actually crazier than the thing that Rahzel did. But
I am Iron Man.
But I mean, also Rahzel did it like in the early 2000s. And additionally to this, of course, I also have to mention that also Rahzel wasn't the originator of this one, but this is actually a song by Black Sabbath.
Has he lost his mind? Can he see or is he blind?
So let's ignore that it's not 100% original. And personally for me, it was hitting my nostalgia so much because I know the thing of Rahzel for such a long time already. Next point that was amazing about NaPoM, amazing crowd work.
Show me your rhythm fingers. Don't stop, bass electro.
Often underestimated, especially by the newcomers, but really effective. He also had some really funny parts.
I am Iron Man.
There's not many beatboxers who can sound trash on purpose. Like, I mean, it doesn't sound like NaPoM did it seriously.
I am Iron Man.
But it works. He gets plus points for sounding trash at this point. Sick. He also had some really great performance elements where he played with the dynamics like no one else can in the scene.
I was born in the darkness. Born in the darkness.
It's just amazing to see how comfortable he feels on stage to try out stuff like this and making it work, no matter if he's freestyling it or not. Alright, so this amazing part of his performance I saw here. Let's talk about the flaws. The whole performance for me felt like a freestyle, which is a unique selling point of NaPoM, but for this particular performance it caused some mistakes here and there. Also, in general, I think it's debatable if a freestyle makes sense for a showcase like this. For a battle, yes, it can give you huge benefits because you can answer to the opponent, but on a showcase you're the only guy on stage. So yeah, no matter if it was a freestyle or always planned out, some transitions were a bit unclean for me.
1 minute left.
I also deducted points for his unclean lip oscillation. The first time he did it, it felt like he didn't really care to execute it well, and he kind of got away with the drop because the drop felt so full, so powerful, so clean compared to it. So you could argue, yeah, it's a good contrast element. But then later he did a melody with lip oscillation again, and it was similar with the uncleanliness. Yeah, definitely a mistake for me. But yeah, that's about it. Rank 3 for me is still a crazy achievement if you consider how big this event is, how high the quality is. Top-notch performance of NaPoM. Respect, bro. Let's move on to my place number 4.
Let me analyze that. Abo Ice.
For me, Abo Ice was the biggest newcomer of the last GBB, and bro, I have no worries for this guy. He already did great with his wild cards, but I was kind of skeptical. I was like, can he translate this energy to the stage? Will he feel comfortable on stage? Does he have stage experience? Is he powerful enough on the mic? But bro, yes, he delivered really well. I didn't think he will be that great.
I do it twice.
Also, his attitude on stage, so gangster, so hip-hop. I really love it, man.
His eyes. Insane.
So dope. Lots of patterns that he does are so powerful and unique, so original. And also his most unique combo, which is just some white noise and a K snare, but I still don't know how to do it. Someone told me it's like a the snare, but then the just sucking in air. I have no idea. I need a tutorial, bro, please. Sounds so good. On top of this unique sound design, Ice is also really good with his crowd control. It's really great to see that the crowd actually can sing along his lyrics, and he's also using the opportunity. He's not feeling uncomfortable or acting awkward because of this. First time on a GBB stage and already performing like a superstar, people knowing his lyrics. That's insane. So for me, pretty clear that he has to rank really high. Great performance. Amazing lyrics, man. So dope, so gangster. But of course, he's not number 1, so here are some mistakes that I saw. For example, this transition right here.
There is a glitch.
The idea was great, but the acting was kind of off. He turned around in a strange moment. I don't know. It kind of felt like he didn't really know what to do at this point. Overall, after this transition, I felt like he lost a bit of his energy that he had at the beginning. On top of this, I'm not the biggest fan of his last drop.
Everybody jump!
It feels powerful, it's a crowd pleaser, people started jumping. But if you listen closely to this, not the highest quality, not really original. I don't know, it feels like freestyled and he just wanted to kill some time. So for me, Abo Ice and NaPoM were similar. They had great moments, but also had some minor issues. So you could think, yeah, but why would NaPoM rank higher then? And at this point, I was comparing the main drop of NaPoM at the beginning and the main drop of Ice. And for me, NaPoM's drop just felt a little bit more convincing. It was hitting a bit harder and it was really nicely delivered. So that's why for me, Abo Ice is in place number 4. Let's move on to place number 5.
Let me analyze that. Mr. Androide!
Damn, the composition, the feeling in this voice. So well executed. The dynamics, bro. How he plays with the mic, technique, putting the mic away on purpose to get like a more intimate feeling.
It's too bad. I'm falling.
So well done. Really, really great. Also, his main drop for me was hitting crazy. I really love the contrast between his dark inward bass and this high-pitched voice whistle. So good. Feels like he has a range of like 12 octaves. Also, this unexpected drop at the end is so weird, but feels so good at the same time. I don't know any beatboxer that sounds like that. So sick performance. Now look why he's not on number one. His drops for me just don't hit as hard as, for example, NaPoM's or Rivers. Especially his lip roll doesn't have as much power. It's not executed that well like River would do, or Wing, or NaPoM. And also at some points when he goes fast or hard, he loses clarity. But still, place number 5, I think it's a great ranking. Let's move on to the next one.
Let me analyze that. The West Coast Champ 2022, make some noise for ZVD!
ZVD or ZVD. Some people call them ZVD, but it's a Z, so... The first drop, such a great melody. I love it, so catchy. Also the variations of the drop and the transitions in between. So well composed, bro, it's sick. The second drop for me similar, like such a good flow.
Asked the whole crowd if they felt it. Hell yeah.
Also love the second part of this drop with the double voice because it comes out so unexpectedly, but at the same time, it's executed so well. He has so much control over it.
Yeah, I have it.
Of course, some people will say, yo, it's a copy by Sogo. I don't care, bro. Different context, it fits to his arrangement, who cares? On top of that, he's a great singing voice, and in my opinion, he also has some well-written lyrics.
Trying to make it feel like home. Dreams turn to nightmares. Am I ready for this road?
So now you might asking, when you check all these points, why he's still 6th place? Well, overall, I felt like he was lacking in confidence on stage. His voice in some parts sounded a bit shaky.
Walking through fire.
Walking through fire.
His stage presence was suffering from his nervousness a bit, and overall he was not dominating the stage as good as NaPoM or Wing would do. Probably just a lack of stage experience, but I think if he fixes all these things, bro, he can get really far. I love his style, he's really clean, he's really complex, has a great singing voice, everything that a great solo beatboxer needs. So now with ZVD, I think I'm the most far away from the results of the judges. The overall ranking for the judges was place 15? What? So yeah, as I already mentioned, I didn't see it live, so maybe he was lacking in power. You can't really hear that in the video. Maybe live, the lack of confidence was playing a bigger role than on the video. But for me, who only saw the video, I think he would have deserved at least top 8. So let's agree to disagree, I guess. I would really love to get some insights from the judges, what they think, why ZVD was ranking this low. D-low. That was one of the judges. Maybe D-Lo can comment. Please tell me in the comments if you have some insights. All right, let's move on to place number 7.
Let me analyze that. Make some noise for the United States for BizKit!
Oh my god, this drop has so much soul, bro. Lots of beatboxers are focusing on skillful drops, but a lot of beatboxers are missing soul in it. Artistic expression, feeling. BizKit has this. When he was dropping into this beat with this voice, bro, I was feeling him so much. So good, bro. And if this was not enough for you, he is a filthy second drop. I think it's outward, is it? I don't know how to do it. Especially like the timing, like the he's slowing it down. He has so much control over it, and that's why I really love it. And the most important part about this for me is it's heavy, it's catchy, it's amazing, and it fits to the composition. Lots of beatboxers are forgetting this. They are performing music. So everything you do has to serve the whole idea. So these were the biggest highlights for me, alongside the amazing intro.
Every day, spirits on. Maybe I was born to bleed.
Intros, bro. Beatboxers are underestimating intros. You can't just go fully in. Yeah, you can, but then it also has to serve a purpose, you know? Try to get a connection to the crowd first. And BizKit is doing it really well, I think. So these were the great parts for me. Let's look at the flaws I saw. I think the first 2 minutes were pretty much flawless and amazing. If it would be just these 2 minutes, he maybe could be even first, second, third, something like that. So for me, it all comes down to the second part, the third and fourth minute. Don't get me wrong, he still had some amazing parts like these rhythm drops.
Straight out the
But for me, he kind of lost the feeling from the beginning right here. Yes, of course, he kind of brought back the energy with the rhythm drops, but then at the end, he started to struggle with his breath management. Maybe he was overestimating himself. He didn't have enough energy left for the ending. So yeah, there were some mistakes here and there. So overall, the first 2 minutes, great artistic expression, amazing drops, great control over everything. The second part of his set, still great, amazing rhythm drops, but some mistakes here and there and not the best breath management. So overall for me, and again, just based on the video, he would deserve the 7th place. Looking at the final rank of the official judges, he was on place number 10, so he also didn't enter the battles. Maybe the flaws that I saw in his second part were even more noticeable when the judges were watching it live, but these are all just assumptions. Please let me know in the comments what you think. Alright, so that was my number 7. For number 8, I have to be honest, I was struggling a little bit. The first 7 that I just showed to you were either outstanding by amazing composition, great drops, crazy stage presence, etc. But for everyone else, it was kind of hard because for me they were on a similar level, missing something here and there, not too much confidence, having a bad composition, or yeah, some flaws like that. But at the end of the day, I decided to put this guy on number 8.
Improver!
So as I mentioned, everyone under place number 7 had some flaws, especially in the composition or stage presence. And for Improver, I think he started great. Cool melody at the beginning, already using something that is really unique for Improver. But then already the build-up kind of felt cheesy for me with the kicks.
connection lost.
It rhythmically felt a bit too simple. And then the first drop. Also the second drop. They felt really powerful though, especially on the second drop. You can feel that the crowd was really loving it. They started jumping. Probably live on stage, it felt really, really powerful. But yeah, for me, the arrangement of both of these drops were not so convincing. The first drop that really convinced me was the third one.
It's time to
The filthy inward bass was slapping so hard and the pitch control of it was amazing. The variations that he had inside of it, really great. Also his Dirty Planet drop that we knew already from his wildcard. That shit was slapping really hard, although it was not 100% flawless. And then at the end of his round, again, the last drop, I don't know, not 100% convincing for me. He kind of lost the energy in his inward bass here. And then also the very last sound, missed opportunity here. I feel like if you're playing a final note with such an accentuation at the end, it has to be clean. And here, he just didn't have enough energy anymore for his inward bass. Probably the inward bass is kind of new to him. And although in 2 drops, he did an amazing job using his inward bass, at the end, it was lacking in cleanliness. But yeah, keep in mind, critiques on a really high level. This is the GBB. Every small detail counts to get into the top 8. And of course, like I mentioned, there's some people I disagree with. I have BizKit and ZVD in the top 8, which the judges actually didn't see as being in the top 8. They had Momimaru and Dilip instead. To quickly sum up why I didn't see them in the top 8 though, at least from watching the video. Again, trying to emphasize that I didn't see it live. Dilip had some amazing sound design, really outstanding and unique sounds. But for me, the composition was a bit too wild, a bit too all over the place. And also the stage presence was not comparable to someone like NaPoM or Wing. And with Momimaru, like his unique thing was combining like this filter sound with his throat bass. Like I can't do it on his level. His filter sound sounds really, really great. But for me, he was overusing it a little bit. It was like the main thing that he would do overall his whole round. I would love to see a bit more variation in his round. So that's my thoughts on the top 8 of the GBB 2023 solo category. Please share your thoughts with me in the comments and I see you for the next video. If you enjoyed my analysis and you want to see more videos like this, check out this analysis where I was watching Dilo and Collapse and talking about battle tactics. Really interesting one. Click it right now.